Welcome to Dragon Tuna Podcast. I'm Jared
Hey
McBride,
man, thanks.
and this is Emmanuel McBride, the karate nerd master. Does that sound good?
Maybe
No,
not so much of a master, but
no.
you
You're too humble, man. You're too humble. Way too humble.
have to be. Got to be
Now,
humble.
yeah, I guess you're right. In the event that this does not record, I apologize in advance. I mean, it says recording, but there's a chance that
I
I
see
won't
it
be able to
recording.
find.
It says
Yeah,
recording.
but it may not, and maybe it'll save on your end, so maybe you can find it because I swear I recorded with my previous guest and could not find the video, but thankfully he
Really?
told, yeah, could not find it. I looked all, me and Cara looked everywhere online to see how to find it. Wouldn't save to my computer, but electronics, like I said, we're not compatible. I don't know what it is.
Mm.
I'm an older model,
Ah,
so
they were the same age. No excuse.
yeah, okay, fine. So how you been?
Not too bad, man. Not
Too
too
bad.
bad. The kind of getting to the last. This is like the final week of the mandatory stay home quarantine in
Okay.
Japan.
Okay.
So be going back to business as usual starting next week.
Okay. And you're in forgive me if I said it, Nagasaki, right?
No, I'm in Osaka.
Osaka. I just said the first thing I came up.
You're
Osaka.
in
Did you
Nagasaki, right?
did you
No, I'm in
yeah,
Osaka.
yeah. Did you ever leave Osaka?
Nah,
No,
I've been
you've always.
here since 2015.
Oh, okay. Okay. Um how are things like in Japan when the quarantine started? Is it
Um, okay, so like we saw like everything going on in the States and other
right?
countries, but we were still kind of doing things as normal. The only thing that they stopped us from doing was gathering in these social gatherings with 10 or more people. You still had to go
Okay.
to work. We
Oh,
still
okay.
had to ride public transportation. So we still had to do those things.
Yeah.
However, they did tell students to stop coming to school, but
Mhm.
teachers still had to go to school.
Oh, that's fun.
Uh, yeah. And it wasn't until um, a, I think it was a couple weeks after that. Exactly when I'm not quite sure, I don't remember. But
Mhm.
the first few cases of the virus had started to spread around in Osaka, and
Oh,
it started to blow up a little bit. And then that's when they started
stop the teachers.
to do the work from home. Yeah, stop
Yeah, yeah.
using public transportation as much. And it kind of went from working from home a few times a week and then going to the office or the school a few times a week to just
Not
staying
at
at
all.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for a few weeks I've been at home working,
Wow. How's that?
working.
How's that like? Is that
It's not bad. Like it's to be honest, it's giving me more time to work out, to work on some stuff. Um, I have kettlebells and stuff at home, so let me pick up one of these big boys. So I got kettlebells and stuff at home, so
don't 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 show off, man. Don't show off.
I do kettle I do kettlebell work here. I've actually started doing more designs because I draw,
Yeah.
which I think we were chatting about before.
Yes.
And so it's kind of giving me some time to think of some ideas for some designs. Like, and I get to show this one off real quick.
There.
I
That's
want to
fine.
make T-shirts. I want to
Okay.
make T-shirts and I want to make training gear.
Oh. Okay.
But like the first step is to kind of first get some prints out and start doing some stuff. So here's
Oh wow,
that
you
picture.
finished it. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I gotta upload this into Affinity Designer. So I'm taking a class on how to use Affinity Designer so I can vector this and color it
That's pretty
along
legit.
with some other stuff that I'm working on.
Yeah. Now I've seen you've been doing kind of like is it just a primary Instagram thing where you've been showing all the different levels of Q for Kudo?
Yeah, so that's just my primary Instagram. I only have one. It's where I
Okay.
show myself on Kudo, my talks on martial arts, my pictures, everything is usually just up there.
Okay.
I
Okay.
should separate them, but I haven't gotten to that point
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah. I've noticed you've been training quite a bit. That's why I gotta catch up to you. I've been trying to keep in shape because when the core team first started, I gained a lot of weight. I'm up to like two. How much did I weigh, Carl? 210, which is
210.
the most I've ever weighed in my life. Yeah.
How did
So,
you get up to 210, man? I can
I,
barely get to like 180.
really, I blame my wife. She cooks me too many good foods every day.
Send some of that my way, please. I
Yeah,
need to pack on some mass somewhere.
I will do that. She cooks Thai food, Korean food, all sorts of things. She's always looking up new recipes, so I'm appreciate it, but I also told her I was like I cannot
Hmm.
eat so much. I'm not used to it. When I was a single guy, I put some beans together and some rice, and that was good enough, And I only ate that, because for necessity. Now I'm not. Now I'm like
And
craving food all the time.
and that's where those memes come from, right? It's like single dudes all like cut and ripped versus like married. He's like has a beer belly dad bod. He's like, oh,
It's
but he's
terrible.
happy.
To a point. When I look at myself in the morning, I'm not too happy. I'd be like, oh god. And it seems like no matter how much I train, because I'm older now, it's so hard to
Uh-huh.
lose the weight. You haven't experienced that
Ah,
yet. You haven't experienced that yet. But for me, it's
because I
come.
haven't put it on yet.
Yeah, come on, man. Don't make fun of me. This is my thing. but
I'm laughing with you, not at you. I
thank you.
swear.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But yeah, I this is the most I ever weighed, and um, it's definitely made me reflect on my training regimen. And watching you is very inspiring for sure. For sure.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. I keep up. I try to keep up with your stuff as much as possible, and
Oh man,
it makes me. Hey, don't be humble, man. I'm telling you,
I
you're
can't.
legit. You're legit.
I can't help it. That's probably why I haven't done so much yet. Is because I don't think I'm like big stuff. I'm like, oh, I'm not that good. I'm not that good. So I think that prevents me from doing a lot. Just being
Don't
a little
don't
too humble.
don't do that. Don't do it. There's humble, and then there's just like, I don't want to make other people feel bad.
Pessimistic.
Yeah, pessimist. Yeah, just thin line, thin line. But yeah, your artwork
Bordering.
your artwork is awesome. So
Oh man, thanks.
you're thinking about just t-shirts, you said, and you want to put it on equipment or gear.
Yeah. So, or my first idea was I wanted to make some training gear. I wanted to make my own like line of rash guards and training shorts and like spats. I have absolutely no experience in doing any of those things.
What's your look?
I can draw, but I can't do digital art. So
Yeah.
there's kind of like the missing link in terms of the skills that I have.
Hmm.
And my sister told me about something that one of her friends was doing. She was using Redbubble.
Yes. Okay.
You maybe have heard Redbubble.
Yeah.
And her friend just posts. She draws pictures. She has it digitized, and they post it on T-shirts.
Yeah.
And then she just kind of they do all the selling for her, and she makes some money off of the shirts that they sell.
Awesome.
Um,
Yeah. There,
so it's a
there.
great way to get into it.
Yeah. Yeah. There's Redbubble and there's Fine Art.
Spring or something.
Yeah. Something. Yeah. There's a few websites that you can put T-shirts, book bags, different stuff. So that might be an option you might want to do if you know.
Yeah, so
Yeah. So
I'm gonna do
I
that first.
yeah. And your artwork um is that the only reason you started drawing?
No, like I've been drawing for years,
Yeah.
on and off.
Okay.
I first started when I was like 5. So I
Bye.
was mimicking my
Oh,
brothers.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I love drawing superheroes.
Yeah.
So first things I drew were superheroes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like every kid.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
Spider-Man and Batman. Daredevil came later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely do my fair share of Batman. That was my favorite as a kid. Batman.
Yes.
I made a lot of costumes out of cardboard boxes, and that was my thing.
Transformers for me.
Transformers. Okay. All
I
right.
tried to be a transformer with boxes.
um.
Oh man, things
So
people don't know about me.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's not stuff you share often.
Not it's not like
Yeah, yeah,
the only thing that people know about me is martial arts stuff, and
yeah.
that's it.
Well, we're
I don't
gonna
know
get deep.
much about anything else.
We're gonna get deep
Oh
into
snap!
the life and mind of Emmanuel. All right, so
Knee deep. All right, let's go.
yeah. Now, are you moving on to a new school? Because I think I saw you post that are you not teaching in the school you were teaching at anymore?
Yeah. So like I I was working at a high school, and I had been working there for 3 years. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I loved the school.
Yeah.
It had an English intensive program, so I was able to do a lot of work there. But the class that I enjoyed most is the class that I was in charge of, and it was multicultural studies class. It's kind of like sociology class or
Okay.
international sociology,
Oh.
where I introduced different cultures and ways of thinking to the students to kind of broaden their horizons and show them that there's not one way of thinking or viewing things.
Ah. Was that a class that you kind of brought out, or what did they have? They have a curriculum kind of.
It it was a class that one of the teachers had. She taught the class at one of her previous schools,
Okay.
and she moved to the high school that I was. She moved to the high school, and then I got there, and
Okay.
then she approached me about like doing a multicultural studies class.
Oh.
And so we taught the class together, and then after a while, we started to span off, and I started to add more of my own stuff into the class. So last year, I taught the class with a partner, but I did a lot of the preparation work,
Yeah.
a lot of the ideas, and a lot of the like original planning. Like the first semester was like my whole plan. So I shocked some students, that's for
Yeah.
sure. I shocked some students.
How so? How so?
Um, okay, so my whole thing was introducing them to kind of aspects of culture that may be viewed as uh, inappropriate for the school, for
Hmm.
schooling or educational situations. For example,
Okay.
I think it was one of the tribes in New Guinea where um, a coming of age ceremony is where you have sliced, like your skin is cut to
Okay. Permanently scar it.
because I think they prayed, yes, permanent
Yeah.
scar, but to imitate the crocodile skin.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You've probably seen this.
Yes. Yes.
I sh- I sh-
You
so
showed
I
them doing
showed
it.
this to the student. Yeah, because
Ah.
like, and so let me actually kind of give a little bit more background information.
Sure. Yeah.
During this time, we were doing a section on um, ethnocentrism and cultural relativism.
Okay.
So, um, but they didn't understand the concept of ethnocentrism to believe that your culture is the best and other cultures are inferior,
Because they don't
or to disregard. Yeah,
think
because
about it.
there's only Japanese culture here. There's just this culture.
Right. Right.
So trying to explain the concept of believing that your culture is the best and disregarding or also devaluing other
Mm.
culture or aspects because you don't believe that they're valuable,
Mm.
introducing that to the students.
Hmm.
So I had to put them into a situation where they had to regress to their base level of like their base conditioning. Like, oh,
Mhm.
that's wrong because it's not in my culture. For them to understand
Why does what
cultural
is
ethnocentrism. Yeah.
ah? Did that make them? I'm assuming that made them uncomfortable, right?
But I warned them. It's like I'm going to show you things that are uncomfortable, so you
Yeah.
understand the concept.
Right.
So
Right.
it's like, are you guys ready? They're like, yes. It's like, okay, here we go. Click. But they
Oh,
understood it.
oh, did it? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they understood. They understood it, and it was a good It was a good experience for them. Actually, I feel they may have hated me for like a week, but
Would you say um would you say that the average student probably wouldn't be otherwise interested in like really delving into other type of cultures like that? Is that not typical? Is that
oh,
not on their
that's
own?
actually yeah. Like some of the students would not. Like
Really? Oh.
at the end of my class, there were still a number of students that said, because I don't plan on leaving Japan, like I'm not interested in other countries
Oh.
or cultures. I
Really?
don't care. Yeah,
Oh wow. Okay. Interesting.
they still have that kind of base belief.
Hmm.
It's like it's not necessary. Why am I learning?
I mean, I can understand that. I can see that.
Mm.
You know, I think it's you can see that in America too, but I think it's less common.
Yeah,
It's less common in America because you're always surrounded by a bunch of different cultures anyway. So
yeah.
it piques your
You're
interest.
in America. Speak American.
So yeah, I don't want to say always.
What's that even mean? What's that even mean? Speak American. The English we use is a borrowed language because we brought it with us. Not even us.
Right, exactly. Let's not get political though, man. I can't.
Yeah, yep,
I've
yep.
just I could tell you just due to this quarantine stuff, I've had so many issues just by wearing a mask. I'm not even bothering anyone, not even telling people to wear a mask, but just wearing a mask is a political statement now here for some people. So I'm tired
It's a
out.
political statement. But it's so normal here.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
people wear masks when they're
right,
sick, and not even because of the quarantine.
right.
Before that,
Before
people
that,
in
yeah,
Japan,
Thailand too.
like, oh, I'm sick. I'll wear a mask so I don't get someone else
Other
sick.
people say, yeah, right. That's common sense, but you would not believe, man. You would not believe. So
What I can't believe is healthcare work. I know we said we're not going to get political. But
yeah, it's
I
okay.
can't
Good.
believe that healthcare workers are being attacked because I don't even know why.
I don't know either. I don't know either. I don't know.
And
It's a
like,
strange time for sure. It definitely when people are afraid, they do some strange things. So I don't
yeah,
blame.
that is very true.
Yeah, I definitely you can definitely tell people are afraid. So
Hmm.
it doesn't help
Yeah,
if you
people are
watch
afraid.
television and media. It makes it worse. So
And then look at Twitter too much.
yeah, there's
Jeez.
some. I've had some intense conversations because I mean with the quarantine, nothing has really changed for me personally.
Hmm.
I still go to work. I work in deliver medical supplies. A lot of
Yes,
patients I
and
go
said
to.
you're essential, so you
Yeah,
have to.
I feel good. Just say that. Say that one more time. I'm essential. But
You're essential.
yeah, yeah. But deal with a lot of people who have COVID-19 who are positive COVID-19. I do the proper
Hmm.
protective stuff. But to hear people say it's not real and stuff, that it kind of frustrates me. But if you I can understand some of their ideas for believing that because there's a lot of distrust and what they hear, and there's been contradictory stuff, so they go to the extreme end, just like when people go to the extreme end with the corona too. You know what I mean? I've had people
Yeah,
that refuse to interact with me at all, even if I had protective gear. So that there's extremes on both sides. You know,
there is,
just
and that's
so
understandable.
yeah.
But I would, I would think that people are educated enough to be able to look outside of their normal streams of information to find out what's true or what's right. Because this is not
They
just happening
do
in America; it's happening everywhere around the world.
they do. That's the problem though, because they go outside the normal streams of information.
Yeah.
Three people in particular, which I won't name them because we're not friends anymore. I've lost friends due to
Hmm.
this too, and
Seriously.
oh yeah, that's why I don't like to talk about it.
Uh,
And they weren't I mean they weren't particularly close friends. One guy was kind of close. We talked
hmm.
often, but I made a comment about that. I wear a mask in public always, and then it turned into
Yeah.
a really long private message about how I'm politically gesturing and how I'm enslaving myself and all this craziness. And I was like, listen, I work in the medical field, you know what I mean? And I deliver to people who may possibly have this virus. And
Hmm.
he gave me all these research documents based off of YouTube and wherever else he found it. And he said, see, it's not real. I was like, okay, that's your opinion. I don't really care. You can do whatever you can do whatever you like.
Yeah.
I didn't even mean for you to even comment on this post. Well, I have the right to do it. I was like, yes, you do, but I don't want to talk about it because it's just annoying to me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I respect what you
Hmm.
believe, but then it turned into like craziness. And then he had a friend that also believed the same thing, and then they both attacked me, via messaging, and then it just turned
Of
ugly.
course.
So yeah, but this just goes to show you something small is what you, at
Hmm.
least what you consider to be small, can be very big to someone else, and it can also be very dangerous.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm keeping it to a minimum. Now I'm gonna get like a death threat in the mail. I saw that video during my research.
Oh snap!
So
I
yeah,
thought we was cool. We weren't cool after you, man.
over a mask, man. That's great. I've actually known him for about 12 years now, and now it's all over because I wore a mask. That's pretty crazy. 12 years, and we went to school together. Um, we went to school. We
Jeez.
studied Chinese together. We're in the same Chinese language class, which I didn't do
Hmm.
well in. But yeah,
Jeez.
yeah. I taught him
That's
Taekwondo.
unfortunate.
Yeah, but it shows you. I mean, for me, it just shows you what friendship's really about. You know, I mean, if he's a real
Hmm.
friend, this is something trivial. It wouldn't end the friendship. Maybe we might be mad at each other. But
Yeah.
he really blocked me, called me a slave, and that was it. I was like, wow, okay.
Jeez.
I was like, wow. So
I heard a little bit.
yeah, a little bit. I hurt a lot. I was very angry, but glad he wasn't in the same city as me. I would have found him. No,
Same. Grab that bag. Where you at, boy?
no, I don't need a match. You're right. No. Um,
Terminator.
yeah. But outside of that, um,
Yeah.
how often do you go into public places in Japan? I mean, has things slowed down where it's not as bad, or
I think they just recently started to gradually
open?
open up shops and restaurants with
Okay,
precautions.
okay.
Only a certain number of people can be within a restaurant or store at a time.
Mm,
There has to be a set on a distance. Was it 1 meter, 2 meters distance between
yeah,
people?
when you say meters, man, I'm just talking about, man. You've been gone ttoo
Oh,
long.
sorry,
6 feet.
sorry,
6 feet. Come on, man. No, it's good.
dude. I say petrol because I know a lot of Europeans. I don't say gas anymore.
Oh wow. But
Let's see. They check your temperature. So before you even walk into any store, they
oh
check your
really?
temperature to see if it. Yeah, they check
Okay.
it if it's above like this is in centigrade, like 37.5. You won't go in.
Oh wow. Now
Um,
they do that here, but only in like, at least from my experience, nursing homes and hospitals. But in stores, you can walk in without temperature check. So that they're more stringent than the U.S.
yeah,
Interesting. Interesting. Hmm.
because a lot of people kind of gather in places too, especially when there are chances where you can spread the virus. If
Right.
you are if you're sick and they don't check you and you don't know that you're sick and you sneeze or cough on
Yeah,
something and
that's not
someone
good.
touches it,
Yeah.
who's liable? Is it the store for letting you in or the person who walked in? The store.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, yeah, I get. Yeah.
But the person also liable if but they're only liable if they didn't know. But anyway,
Yeah.
so slowly opening things up.
Right. Right.
And I recently went shopping because I needed to buy some new stuff, like new shoes and some clothes for work next week.
Yeah.
Um, Other than that, I started going back to the dojo this week. I only
Oh
been once. Like, I haven't gone anywhere. Like
wow.
this week has been like
But
I
the
can actually
dojos are
leave.
open.
They were closed. Dojos
Oh,
just opened up,
just
but it's like a soft
okay.
reopening of
Okay.
dojos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because well, it also depends on what state you're in. Like in Rochester, um,
Hmm.
the all the schools are still closed. All the dojos, all the MMA gyms, they're all closed. Fitness gyms, all closed.
Mm.
And you can't go in at all.
Fitness.
So yeah.
So I think in Japan, because there's like a difference between dojo, because dojos are cultural centers,
Okay. Okay.
and then cultural activity versus a sports gym.
Hmm. Okay.
So they have
Oh,
that
so it's
kind of going
different.
for them.
Oh, okay. All right. So
different regulations.
is it still a limit? You said it's still a limit how many people can be there, though.
Yeah, but they still limit. So they kind of break up the times.
Oh, okay, I see. Well, that's still. I mean, I honestly, I think like with the school I teach at Phoenix is
Hmm.
so there's like four tiers for opening, and I think
Hmm.
martial arts schools and gyms are the last. So that's not going to be open until probably late June, unless our
Oh man.
unless the deaths increase, because we've already had an increase of cases after Mother's Day, because a lot of people were going around and stuff. It's in Monroe County, in my around my city, so
I was gonna say New York State in general has just been seeing
pretty
it's been
bad,
rough.
pretty bad. Yeah, yeah. That's why it's been extra scary. It's been extra scary.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I've been training pretty well though. I mean, I like the break a little bit because like I kind
Hmm.
of like when you're forced. Not really. I shouldn't say forced. When you go to the gym and you see classes going,
Hmm.
instead of like going home, you're like, oh, okay, I'll do this class, and then I end up coming home about 10 o'clock every day. You know what I mean? 10
Yeah.
p.m. every day. But now that I get out of work, I can kind of do what I want, and I've been spreading out my training a little bit more, and I'm not exhausted. And I wake up at like 6 o'clock in the morning and start doing training. So now I've actually feel like I'm in better shape because of it. Not going to
Yeah.
the gym. And teaching can be exhausting too. So you know,
I
but
haven't taught any
yeah,
classes in years, man.
yeah,
I've only been training myself for going to the dojo, so
yeah.
we'll see in the future though.
And congratulations, by the way, on your. And this is the last time we talked. You're a black belt now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you.
and it's a black
It
belt in
was
Kudo. It was
yeah, it's Kudo or
Kudo.
Daidojuku Kudo, yeah.
Yeah. How was the examination? You said
uh it was a little rough.
yeah.
Um so we kind of started off with kind of just basic combinations in motion. So fundamental techniques, like techniques that everyone should know, jab, cross,
Yeah.
hook, roundhouse kick, like the basics.
All right.
Um, and then we ran through a series of warm-ups. We did those basics. We did simple mount escapes, simple um, transitions from guard to armbar, just like kind of transitions.
Yeah.
After that, then I went into the sparring.
The fun part.
And so for the people, yeah, so the people who were sparring for the full contact, uh, we hold on. Here we go. So most of the sparring is done
Yeah.
in this thing.
I hate that. Yes.
It is hard to breathe in this. Like if you're
Yeah.
not used to it, it's hard. But when you're exhausted, it's even harder.
And it's loud.
It
That's what I remember.
is.
Every time. Ding,
Yeah.
ding. I don't like it.
Because you're the
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. It's scary.
So it was 10 rounds.
Oh.
The first 4 rounds were kickboxing rule.
Okay.
Um,
Are you changing partners
after
every round?
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So pretty much I stayed there and a fresh guy came in.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh. Wow. Yeah.
So its first 4 were kickboxing rule or they are kakto rule, which is kind of like punch kick and then slight gripping.
Mm-hmm.
And then the following 3 rounds were from the clinch. So into the clinch, and you can do headbutts, elbows, knees, and sweeps or throws.
Nice. So that's
Rough.
when you're exhausted, it's not too fun, right?
Yeah, nah. I was already kind of dead after the first 4. I was like, oh crap, it's gonna be rough. Man, headbutting in this thing hurts. No matter what you do, headbutt.
Oh gosh. Now,
And then
are the ones you're sparring with black belts or is it all ranks?
no, they were not black belt. They were brown belts or brown belts, green belts.
Okay.
Yeah, brown belts or green belts. I don't remember if I sparred anybody else, but no, brown belts or green belts mostly. And most of those guys are bigger than me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not the tallest guy. I am 5'7".
I remember you told me that, and I was shocked because I always thought I always seen you as this massive gigantic guy. I mean,
Nah, that's just camera angle.
it's your presence, man. It's your presence. You're still more jacked than me, so I'm still jealous. I don't care what you say.
I think this
takes
is
me
all
years.
genetics.
No, come on.
I'm
You
meant to
work
live on a
hard.
mountain somewhere.
Yeah, then you'll be real big.
Have no neck.
So after you do the sparring, do
Yeah.
they promote you right there or?
So after you finish the sparring round, so there's like 10 rounds. So the final 3 rounds were Neowaza,
Okay,
but
that's
without the
when.
helmet.
Oh,
Hmm?
without the helmet, you said?
Yeah, Neowaza without the helmet. So it's striking, helmet, standing, gripping, and throws, helmet,
Uh-huh.
Neowaza, no helmet.
What's allowed with the no helmet?
Any submission is allowed,
Oh, okay.
and punches
Okay.
to the body.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you're getting headbutt in the face. Yeah, without the helmet. Okay.
Tap,
Oh wow,
tap, tap.
you're gonna earn this black belt. Oh, okay.
But dude, yeah, I was wrecked afterwards.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I was running on fumes. Like halfway through, I was delirious. I was like, I'm not falling. I'm not falling.
That has to be a
I
good
earned that
feeling,
belt,
though.
man.
Yeah, that has to be a good feeling, though.
It was. This is like I've. How old am I right now? Like 30 something. I've been training martial arts since I was 14, like
Wow.
13,
Oh yeah,
14
remember you
years
told
old.
me it's been a
Training
long time.
martial
Yeah.
arts.
That's awesome.
I've never ranked in any martial art. I've practiced a lot, but I've never ranked in any of them. So this black belt meant a lot.
Yeah, I can. Yeah,
It's like a culmination of all of the training that I
everything you've
did,
done.
not just
Right.
what I did here.
That's awesome. Yeah. I'll never get belted. It's never gonna happen. But I've accepted that. That's
You
fine.
say that.
One day,
Unless
maybe.
you jump into Kudo.
Yeah, right.
Getting that Kudo.
I'll have to come to Japan because as far as I know now, there's nothing in New York State Kudo. There's no Kudo anymore. I don't think Sensei
Nah,
One
there's
teaches it.
yeah, because I know he's the only guy in Rochester that does it, but he does.
does it
He's ranked, but he's not teaching
not
the Kudo.
anymore. Nope. And I don't think the
As,
gentleman, the sensei who came down, he doesn't come down anymore to help rank. So it's
uh,
they were gonna have a competition in New York State, but I don't know what happened. So
there's some word on the grapevine about something happening,
oh,
but I probably shouldn't say much.
okay. Well, I'll look it up, or we can talk about it later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But that stuff always happens.
Mm-hmm.
So you got the belt.
Yeah.
What's next with your training? What you want? What is it that you want to do? Just want to continue, or what's your aspirations for that? And I know it's a hard question because it's like it's a part of your life. You don't really think about it like that, maybe.
Yeah. Man, like I want to keep training. Because there are still aspects of my game that I know need work.
Mm-hmm.
So my striking is okay. It's okay, but there are aspects of everything else that I can work on. Like my throws aren't the best. Like we talked a little bit before. Well, we messaged and you're like, yo, I suck at judo.
Yeah, I do. I do.
My judo is not the best.
Yeah.
So that's something I have to work on. Like I started training jujitsu like a couple years ago. I'm still a white belt because I haven't put in the time to actually focus on jujitsu.
Jiu-jitsu is a hard one. It's not very exciting sometimes. Not very, and
but it's kind of exciting.
It can I've been doing jiu-jitsu for a long time. I technically am a blue belt. I've never been belted. I compete in blue belt, and everyone I compete with or get taught by, they teach me I go to the advanced class and stuff, but I just never been belted.
Hmm.
And every time I get to a point where I'm about to get belted, I get sick or something like happens to the gym. Every time I've been up for promotion for blue belt at least 4 times already, and I was just about to get
That's a
belted in
sign.
judo. I just got to get belted in judo before this coronavirus happened, and I was gonna have an MMA fight.
Seriously.
Seriously, I've been training
Dang,
judo
man,
for
that
2 years.
sucks.
Yeah, it does. This is the third time. I mean, second time. First time I got sick the week before, and then this happened. I was like, oh, God, I'm never gonna get belted. That's
I'm sorry, man.
all right.
I want to. In sometime in the future, I'm not sure when, but I want to open my own like gym or dojo.
Yeah, yeah. I remember.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the goal. That's the goal.
And you want to do it here in the States or not? Now you're not sure.
I'm still on the fence.
Yeah, yeah.
Originally, it was like, you know what, I want to do it in the States, but I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
The
I don't blame you.
current situations,
I don't, I
yeah.
don't, I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Um, but if like, because I wanna find like some kind of employment beforehand, because I want to make sure that I have something solid to fall back on, and then build my gym from there.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to just go in with zero and just
Start,
start from scratch and
yeah,
just like
yeah.
and end up having to bail because it's not working, or I have to wait 2 or 3 years for it to become semi-successful.
Right.
Successful.
Yeah, yeah. And you definitely got a lot of his location and who you know too. You know, um,
Yeah.
I with this stuff that's going on. I'm not sure how a lot of gyms are gonna do because some of them were struggling with students, but they were doing okay because they had consistency. But now that this has
Yeah.
happened, who knows if the student's gonna come back? And
Hmm.
you know, so it's definitely a dangerous game. But wherever you choose,
Hmm.
definitely make like you said, make sure that you got a good foundation. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
always wanted to open a gym. I always wanted to do it, but I definitely know I'm not ready at that point. I want to go. I want to be pro. I want to be a pro fighter first. That's my idea. Then
You want to go pro first?
yeah, that's what my hope. And I mean, I don't know if when I'm gonna get a chance to fight again
Hmm.
because I was set April to fight, and I was like, okay,
Okay.
I win this fight, maybe I'll do maybe two more, and then I'll try a pro fight maybe. But every time you miss a fight, it sets you back like 6 months. So
Because of the preparation time. Yeah.
yeah, preparation time and getting a good match and not there's always a chance where you get matched up with another person and they bail out right at the last minute. That happens a lot. I've I've I've,
Hmm.
I've had at least 12 fights that have been bailouts, and I fought quite a bit, but it happens quite often, believe it or not. So, would you ever do MMA?
Man,
Would you ever be interested in that?
I'm I was looking at the IMMAF.
Hmm. Never.
Maybe you know about the International Mixed Martial Arts Federation,
Yeah.
um,
Okay.
where they kind of trying to make a singular regulated rule set for MMA internationally,
Yes.
and so
And you can get a
competitors from
pay.
all countries. Yeah.
Yeah, I did hear about. Is
So
that is that going anywhere?
I'm not sure because I know they were having a few competitions. There are a few champions
Oh,
with
okay.
IMMAF.
Okay.
Um, I wanted to see what it would take to get ranked in their system.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
No problem. Because it's like I don't know, like having the black belt is good, but I want to really solidify my background and like at least my qualifications. Bless you again.
Thank you.
You're
For,
welcome.
for the viewers, I just have allergies. Just
Everyone's kind of like,
it's okay, man. It's okay.
um,
So I didn't.
but
They
I
have a
just want to make
ranking
sure.
system.
Yeah,
I did not know that. Okay.
yeah. If you go to their website, because if you want to be an official coach with the IMMAF um, federation, you have to be ranked through their. You have to be ranked with them before
Through
you
the
can
system.
become a coach.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Hmm. Interesting. I definitely don't want to be
Yeah.
an MMA coach. There's too much. There's too much involved with that. My grappling skills needs a lot of work. I like to teach Muay Thai and Taekwondo and stuff like that. Striking is my
Get to
thing.
like purple belt. I think you be safe. Get your blue belt, then get your purple belt.
I need my
You gotta
blue
get
belt
ranked first, right?
Yeah. It's frustrating. Technically, it's illegal according to the rule. Not like against the law, but illegal for the I I don't even know if I should say this. Maybe I shouldn't say this.
It's just illegal in some federations.
Yeah, that I was competing.
Don't say names.
That I was competing because I feel like it'd be sandbagging if I compete in white belt because I've been training for so long. So I would grab my guys like staring at me. Illegal? What? I would take my blue belt from where I get blue belt in Muay Thai. There's what's it called? Can't remember the system I was in, but I would wear that blue belt from that so I can compete in the blue because they won't let you compete without a belt. And I almost got in trouble. I said, okay, I'm wearing my white belt, but I'm going to compete in blue. You said you can't do that. You have to have blue belt. I was like, all right, I'll be right back. I just grabbed the belt, and then I've been doing that ever since. So, but someone told me, yeah, you're not supposed to do that. But I mean, if I can't if people aren't promoting me, how's that my fault? You know what I mean? I got second and I got first in one. So, I mean, I think I'm blue belt. I don't know. I probably just pissed off a lot of people.
Man, here come this white belt again, man. Shoot.
I
hate
people with sandbag because I when I was a white belt, I faced off against a white belt, and he's been training for like 15 years off and on. You know what I mean? So
it was a purple belt.
Pretty much, right? So like, I don't think it's fair just because your belt you compete at. It should be based a little bit on experience too. So like in karate, when I compete in Kyokushin, they don't really care so much about your belt. They care about your size and how experienced you have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I think that's how I think it's how it would be. But everyone has their own rules, and I break some of them. So this happens.
There recently the FIAS, the International Sambo Federation, they added a ranking system.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if you saw that.
I have not. No. That's real new, right?
Yeah, that happened within the last couple months. I think it was like last month, or maybe even earlier this month, where they decided that they wanted to add belt ranks. And it would be a lot easier because in some sambo competitions, like you can have like 2 years of experience and you can go up against somebody that has like 15 years of experience, but because there's no belt colors, you either get a red belt or a blue belt, depending on what color kurtka you have.
Oh, okay.
So they decide it's also a lot easier. Like they want to make the sport more widespread, so they decide to add in a ranking system.
Yeah,
and it's also easier to be able to look. Oh, okay, you have this many years of experience, so we're going to make sure we match you with someone with equal experience, so you're not getting smashed.
But that's the fun part. Getting smashed is the fun part.